Hey everyone, I'm David from the podcast team at I-Fal. Welcome back to our weekly English chat. I'm here with my coffee in Tel Aviv, and we're going to talk about some fun, simple news from around the world. I'll give you short English summaries, add a bit of Israeli flair, and connect each story to our daily lives. Ready? Let's go. First up, what to watch on TV this March 2026. There are so many new and returning series that it's hard to keep up. For example, one of the stars from the hit show The Office is teaming up with the creator of Ted Lasso for a brand new comedy. Then we have two famous book detectives, Harry Hole and Cormoran Strike, arriving on our screens as TV detectives. There's a spin-off of Yellowstone, and after a long run, the Israeli drama Zara is ending. But don't worry. You'll also find fresh seasons of One Piece, Daredevil, Virgin River, and even the show Ted. In short, March is packed with new episodes and new stories. I love this kind of TV news because after a busy day, I like to relax with a good series. Sometimes I watch alone, and sometimes I call a few friends over for popcorn. It's a great way to practice English too. I turn on English subtitles, I listen carefully, and I pick up new words. Whether you like action, comedy, or drama, there's something for everyone this month. Our second story is about soccer and the Champions League. UEFA, the big European football body, is planning something new for next season. They want to launch their own streaming platform so you can watch all the Champions League games directly. They'll start in Asia first, but eventually it will go global. This might change how people worldwide pay for soccer broadcasts, and it could give fans more choice and better quality. I know many of you in Israel love watching soccer. Maybe you have a club you support or a favorite player. Imagine logging into one app, no extra cable, no confusion about channels. You just click, and boom, you see your team score a goal. For me, this sounds really convenient. And also, it's a chance to learn English soccer terms like highlight, match day, or halftime interview. Next time you talk about the game in English, you'll sound like a pro. The third topic is about the new generation in the job market, Gen Z. For a long time, some managers complained that young workers don't stay long, or they lack loyalty and focus. But more people today say the opposite. They say Gen Z is actually the strongest, most flexible, and most creative group entering the workforce. These young adults grew up with technology. They learn fast, they can adapt to change, and they bring fresh ideas. Maybe some of you are already doing internships or your first part-time job. You speak English, you know social media, you know new tools. That means you have real value for a company. So don't let anyone tell you that you are not committed. Show them your strengths. And by the way, talking about your skills in English is always good practice. In a job interview, you can say, "I'm a quick learner, I'm flexible, and I work well in a team." Simple phrases, but they make a big impression. Our fourth story comes from Finance News about farming and food. The Nobel laureate economist Paul Krugman warned that there is a big problem with global fertilizer supplies. He says a drop in fertilizer production could lead to higher food prices and possibly food shortages in some places. Fertilizer is essential for growing crops like wheat and vegetables. If prices go up, it affects everyone who buys food. Here in Israel, when I go to the shuk and I see prices for tomatoes or cucumbers rising, I think about this issue. It feels close to home. On top of that, we all eat every day, so any change in food cost matters. In English, you can talk about this story with vocabulary like fertilizer, crop yield, shortage, and inflation. Try a sentence like, "The cost of fertilizer went up, so the price of vegetables increased at the market." short and clear. Finally, a cool cultural story. The Sam Spiegel Film School in Jerusalem went to a big TV festival in Europe. Even though some flights were canceled and there was pressure on travel, the festival still held a special event for this Israeli incubator program. The school's leaders said it's more important than ever to build cultural bridges. Several Israeli creators pitched their new series, aiming to share Israeli stories with a global audience. I find this very inspiring. We love our Israeli creativity, whether it's music, movies, or TV shows. And speaking of TV, you study English by watching those shows and listening to interviews with the creators. If you ever think, I want to tell my own story in English, here is a great example. Start small, make connections, and share your work. The language you learn today can help you reach listeners around the world tomorrow. Okay, friends, that's all for today's episode. I hope these stories gave you a little practice with English vocabulary and simple sentences. Thanks for spending your coffee break with me. I really enjoyed helping you learn some English today, and remember to check out the I-Fal app, only 20 shekels per lesson. See you next time and keep practicing.